This is Earth Dragon Puke, and I'm filming on my tablet because this is better quality. To me, it's better quality. Anyways, I don't want to get on that subject. The subject I do want to get on is how you love in astrology. Now, a lot of people think that basics astrology, your sun sign, that's all they ever focus on is your sun sign. But there's way more to astrology than just that. There's way more dynamics and everything. I know shaky cam, but I'm trying to adjust the sleeve on here. Well, the quality was going to be better, but yeah, anyways. So, your sun sign isn't everything. I talked about your 3 basic signs in a video. The 3 basic ones that... Anyways, the way you love. Whatever your Venus is in. So, let me explain. Your sun sign, yes. Your sun sign and your rising sign combine to make your outer personality, right? Your unique outer personality. Makes sense, right? Right. So, when you are in love, you act differently. Everybody does. When you are in love, you act differently. Well, you act according to whatever your Venus is in, or whatever sign was in Venus at the time of your birth. So, also there's a link to Cafe Astrology. If you get confused by this at all, it explains everything. Look up your natal chart on there. Do it. It's free, completely free. No bullshit, no gimmicks or no nothing. Anyways, the way you love. So, it is not only the way you love, it's also the intense, not intense. It is not only the way you love, it's also the intense, not intense, depending on what sign is in there. So let's say you have like a sort of like a cool way about, like, a cool as in not cool like awesome, but cool as in like cold way of when you're in love with somebody, you're more analytical. Typically that's like if your Venus is in an air sign. Like, even though you're a Leo, your sun sign's in a Leo. Even though your sun sign is in Leo, let's say by nature, let's say your 3 basic signs are Leo, Saggy. You're just the coolest, the most fun person to be around. You're a complete blast, and you're just fun, energetic, and everything. But when it comes to love, you're sort of detached. You're sort of like, I'm not really, I'm not one for really commitment or anything like that. And when it comes to it, when it really comes to it, basically, most typically, like Venus and air signs, like Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, would make that person, if they were in love with somebody, more analytical of that person. They are analyzing more of the person that they are in love with, and they question themselves, why am I in love with that person in particular? But I am actually the opposite of that. Plus, Venus in an air sign, most typically, besides more analytical about it, well, analytical, cerebral. It's pretty much like, all of the mind. Basically, the person who's in love with, let's say, this Leo person I described, this Leo person I made up, even though they think like a Leo, they are a Leo, and they have two other fire, combinations that help make this person a super awesome, energetic, just impulsive person all the time, like 24/7, go getter, fun, and usually they just jump right in, whatever situation, whatever. The Venus is gonna dictate that, contradict that, because if their Venus is, let's say, in Aquarius, they're not gonna go jump right into that person. They're not gonna be like, hey, I mean, like, if they're like triple fire, they might have sex like right away, but they're not gonna fall in love right away. They're gonna be like, why am I in love? Why is of some kind? I don't understand what's going on here. I know I sound like Jeff Goldblum there for a second. Sorry. I'm also a Libra too. Jeff is a Libra. He's analytical as well. His mindset, anyways. So basically, when you're in love, it's different. When you're in love with somebody, you act not completely different, depending, but most of the time you act different towards that particular person in some sort of way. May not be intense, maybe just slightly different, depending on the sign, all your other aspects of your signs. So, also, I'm going to describe a little bit of your Mars. Now, your Mars, what that is, let's say, in your chart, your Mars is your physical energy. Your energy that allows you to get up and go. Depending on, let's say your Mars is in a fire sign. So you're the kind of person, you go to bed on time, or maybe not. You just have abundance of energy, like extreme amounts that you can get up, boom, right in the morning, get up, bam, get shit done. You just get stuff done. You just get up and go. That is how I am. I may be fat, but this is because of years of difficult circumstances and money issues. I gained all this weight during the time of my grandmother. I loved my grandmother to death. We were in a bad situation. She got kicked out of her husband, kicked her out and everything at 70 years old, and she had third stage leukemia. Third stage freaking leukemia. And my mother and I helped take care of her. But unfortunately, she died. And that was 2012 years ago. And during that time period, I stopped going to the gym. I stopped hanging out with my friends and everything. Just a lot of things have happened over the years. Traveling, moving state to state, and all kinds of crap. So, that's why I'm fat. But anyways, you don't want to hear any of that. She was an awesome person. But anyways, actually, I noticed in the camera I got a picture of you've seen her already, like the picture of her blonde hair and everything. Anyways, enough about that. So your Mars is how much physical energy you have and how angry you get. So my Venus, or excuse me, my Mars is in a fire sign, and my Venus is in a fire sign. So I'm a very passionate person. I'm a very get up and go kind of person. I don't sit around all day. Despite being fat, I stress eat a lot, and all the weight I've gained over the last couple of years. I never was this big. I used to be, well, I didn't have these bags and this thing here and all that. I know this is becoming a pity video, but I'm sorry. Let me move on. So, let's say let's make up another person, this imaginary person. Let's say by nature you're a triple earth sign. You know, you just pent up everything. You just hold it in, most of it in. And you express little tidbits of yourself because you're so reserved. Then you're just a walking time bomb ready to happen if you have like a Mars and fucking a fire sign. I mean, you are bound to go postal. You're one of those people that are bound to go postal one day. Not to say that a person like that can't get angry. It's just they hold back a lot. They hold back almost everything a lot. A reserved person like that. A good example of a typical reserved person. This isn't, like I said, depends on all the other signs. 3 basic signs depends. Most of the time I've noticed that Capricorns are the most reserved kind of people. Quite typically with everybody. But, depending on their other sides, I'm not saying they're emotionless, but they're the most reserved out of everybody. Even if they're the most expressive out of everybody. Or even if they are the most expressive Capricorn, they still have a very strong reserve about them when it comes to their emotions and stuff. But because they bottle it up. Most earth signs bottle up everything. I know. Your Venus and your Mars mean in astrology. So if you ever think to yourself, why, when I'm around this person, why do I feel these feelings? Look up your chart. Look up your chart. I bet you that you have something different than what you are. Like, your Venus may be completely different from what you usually are. Like I said, I have a video for the 3 basic signs if you get a little confused. Plus, I'm going to put a link in the description below for Cafe Astrology. And I wish you guys a great day. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Have an awesome, possum day. Right, motherfucker, yeah.